This is impossible.
Sir, please don't tell Sonic anything about what we just told you.
I know that.
Why shouldn't you tell me?
Sonic!
Oh, Sonic, you're safe. Good.
You're too late. I already heard all of it.
Sonic, you don't understand. This is bad.
Super Mario 64, 1996. Translating a 2D beloved series to 3D is no small feat. However, Nintendo managed to pull it off with this revolutionary masterpiece.
The game offered players complete freedom, being able to go wherever they wanted without any restrictions.
Its analog and camera controls were highly unusual for the time, and its free-roaming nature set the benchmark for other 3D adventure games. The game was a critical and commercial success, selling 11 million copies and winning numerous Game of the Year awards.
Mario Kart 64, 1996. A sequel to the inspirational Super Mario Kart finally came to fruition, bringing true 3D graphics and 4-player battles to the series.
It was originally called Super Mario Kart R. However, to avoid copyright issues with Sonic R, the title was changed.
While the game was a commercial success, selling 5.5 million copies, it received mixed reviews from critics, who felt the game wasn't a huge leap from its SNES predecessor.
Mario Teaches Typing 2, 1996. Developed by Brainstorm and published by Interplay, Mario's key tapping sequel featured Charles Martinet voicing a weird, creepy Mario head.
Oh, sorry. That's hard for you, but easy for me. You know why? I ain't got nobody. Get it? Nobody?
Yoshis Story, 1997. In some ways, the unofficial sequel to Yoshi's Island, this game saw Yoshi collecting fruit to progress through 24 courses of egg-throwing mayhem.
While it was held dear in the hearts of many Nintendo 64 owners, critics thought the game was disappointing, feeling it was too easy and really rather boring. But what do critics know? Assholes.
Game & Watch Gallery, 1997. Remember those Game & Watch games we mentioned in Part 1? Well, it turns out Nintendo liked them so much, they started to re-release them on the Game Boy.
The collection included 4 games such as Manhole and Octopus, which could be played in their original form or with updated graphics. Wrecking Crew 96, 1996.
No, 98. Wrecking Crew 98, 1998. Who would have thought that Wrecking Crew would get a sequel? Well, it did, bringing with it new gameplay features and better graphics.
It was released only in Japan because Americans said they like building stuff, not smashing it up.
Mario no Photopai, 1998. Released exclusively in Japan, this was a creativity game where you could design your own pictures and print them out at local malls and shops. Even in Japan, this game is widely unheard of, making it a highly wanted collector's item.
Game & Watch Gallery 2, 1998.
A year later, another Game & Watch collection came out for the Game Boy, and this time, the Game Boy Color. It included 6 games this time, one of which was the Game & Watch version of Donkey Kong.
Mario Golf, 1999. Mario's second jump into golfing, this time without stripy pants, was for the Nintendo 64.
The game simplified the controls to make it easy to pick up and play, and featured a huge cast of playable characters, from regular faces to some random human characters that fill out the game from some Saturday morning cartoon.
A handheld version was also released, gaining a 10 out of 10 from IGN.
Super Smash Bros. 1999.
Nintendo created a 4-player fighting game that combined all of your favorite Nintendo characters into one chaotic smash fest.
Originally, this game was called Dragon King: The Fighting Game, and featured a cast of unrecognizable faces. However, feeling the game wouldn't sell, designer Masahiro Sakurai put Nintendo characters into the mix to help it stand out.
Originally intended to only be released in Japan, the game's unexpected popularity resulted into being ported overseas, and the rest is history.
Mario Party, 1999. The origins of another Mario spin-off series, Mario Party is a board game, where players compete in various minigames to obtain the most Power Stars. The game was very successful, with many praising its widespread appeal. However, some parents filed a lawsuit against the game due to many of the minigames involving rotating the analog stick.
This caused many players to get blisters and other hand injuries, causing Nintendo to pay $80 million to settle the dispute.
This is also why the game wasn't released on the Virtual Console, because no one wants to be sued twice.
Mario Artist Paint Studio, 1999. A program released for an exclusive Japan 64DD. This paint program enabled you to draw your own Nintendo-themed stamps.
Many have cited it to be similar to Mario Paint for the NES. However, this one has a unique 4-player drawing mode.
Where you can battle each other with drawings, like lightsabers. Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, 1999.
A remake of the original Super Mario Bros., this game featured a ton of additional features such as a world map, simultaneous multiplayer, a challenge mode, and 8 additional worlds based on the Japanese Super Mario Bros. 2.
The game received overwhelming praise upon its release, with some citing it was a killer app for the Game Boy Color. Game & Watch Gallery 3, 1999. The third game was released for the Game Boy Color, this time offering 10 Game & Watch games that included Mario Bros. And Donkey Kong Jr.
Mario Artist Talent Studio, Communication Kit, and Polygon Studio, 2000. The final batch of Mario Artist games were released. Talent Studio was an animation kit that enabled you to capture human faces onto 3D models and animate them. Communication Kit allows you to connect online to share your creations with other players. Finally, Polygon Studio was a 3D computer graphics editor that let you render and design 3D models.
Mario Tennis 2000. Developed by the same team who made Mario Golf, Camelot used the simple to play but incredibly deep controls into the world of tennis. The accessible control scheme resulted in IGN calling it the best tennis game ever made.
The game also introduced the Dick Dastardly inspired villain, Waluigi. A handheld version was also released, which included an RPG mode.
Mario Party 2 2000. Showing you can't keep a good mustache down, Mario returned to the party genre with 65 new minigames and a cowboy hat.
This game was considered better than the original due to its wealth of new features and for less annoying minigames that didn't ruin your hand.
Paper Mario 2001. It had been a while since Mario made an RPG, but that all changed with the release of this Nintendo 64 adventure.
The game continued many features introduced in its SNES RPG, such as timed button attacks, and a similar story that featured no Geno. The bastards!
The game was well received upon its release, as it filled the gap in the RPG-starved N64 library.
Mario Party 3, 2001.
A year later, and another Mario Party game was released from the bigwigs at Hudson Soft. This time, the game boasted 70 all-new minigames, some new board maps, and that's about it.
It still sold well and even won the Console Family Award at the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, although critics found this game to be the same old stuff.
Dr. Mario 64, 2001.
An enhanced remake of the Game Boy original, this game retained the same basic gameplay but included tons of modes such as Versus Mode, a Flash Mode, a Marathon Mode, and a Score Attack Mode.
Oh yeah, it also had a story mode about Mario tracking down the stolen Mega Vitamins.
At the end of this console generation, things took a surprising twist. The PlayStation dominated its rivals, causing the Nintendo 64 to fall into second place, roughly 70 million systems short of its competitor.
With the next generation of hardware on the horizon, Nintendo decided that their answer to beat the upcoming PlayStation 2 was a purple lunchbox.
Hilarity ensued.